Fanatec have just announced a new direct drive wheel at a very interesting price point. So in this video, we're going to be talking about it and giving you my hot take on the new news and the new information regarding this force feedback device. The DD girl has gotten cheaper. Welcome back to the Game & Muscle YouTube channel. Click that like button and subscribe if you enjoy sim racing content. So as you can see, here's the press release on their website. Fanatec CSL DD $349.95 or euro monies. They've not put a pound sign on there because, well, nobody cares about the pound anymore. There is a little star in the top corner, so you know, maybe that's without a wheel. Maybe you still have to pay a bit more for postage. Maybe don't come with some other stuff. But at its core, 350 quid for a direct drive wheel is pretty spicy. I mean, I don't even think you can get the cheapest Sim Magics at that price point. So they've basically invalidated. They've blown away the CSL Elite, which is a belt-driven, pretty decent actually, really good force feedback wheel. They've got, that's it, that's gone now. Sorry if you've just bought one of those. They're gone. You need a DD wheel now because it's the same price. But yeah, basically this is replacing the CSL Elite with the fact that it's a direct drive wheel. So in terms of the specs and details, as you can see, it's like half the size of the podium direct drive wheels, which is what I've got my sim rig at the moment here. And it looks actually to be one of the smaller. It's like a cube of direct driveness. I think the only, like, this Sim Magic, the cheapest Sim Magic might be the only thing that's this sort of size. Maybe some of the lower end OSW Mage motors might be similar size, but then they're either smaller or they're just differently shaped. But yeah, this might actually be the smallest DD wheel that you can get at the moment as well, interestingly. Details on the site here. Fanatec direct drive technology comes to CSL series. CSL DD giant leap forwards. From subtle flex to a powerful self-aligning torque, you'll feel everything with a heightened sense of realism. Exceptionally crisp and dynamic force feedback sensations await, depending on if the driving simulator actually does good force feedback. Because, of course, it doesn't matter what wheel you've got. If the sim doesn't put out the force feedback, you won't feel it. But, you know, assuming you're with a good sim, a DD wheel's always a good way to go, even if it's lower power. Now, let's see if we've actually got the specs here for the actual torque output of it. You can see it's got the hub on the back of it. You've got the power, look like two USB ports in there. That's interesting. I don't think there's... I think they're USB-C ports. You don't have that on the CSL Elite, so that'll be interesting to see how that operates. Shifter, yeah, just the basic hub there. It looks like it's passively cooled as well, so that'll be nice and quiet and less chance for it to break. So a big thing with DD wheels over non-DD wheels is that they're more solid state in general, apart from obviously the shaft in the middle, but the rest of it is it's just one chunky single unit, which means when you buy one, it's probably going to last a lot longer than something that's got belts and cogs and things that can wear out. Incredible performance. That's nice how they've got these shots. You can see inside it. You can see all the cooling fins around the outside and the loops. And it looks like I don't know if they've actually designed and built this entire thing themselves rather than using some other servo motor. I think it is actually their own custom job here. The efficiency of the CSL DD motor technology means dynamic force feedback performance is contained in a small footprint. This is also the first industrial motor to feature carbon fiber composite motor shaft. Hey? That's random, which increases responsiveness acceleration significantly due to low rotational mass. So that's actually quite interesting. If this, what's the here we go. The torque values. Standard peak torque is 5 newton meters. What's this boost kit? Optional. So I don't know what that's about, having a boost kit that's separate. 8 newton meters. So 5 newton meters, that puts it... so I think the Club Sport 2.5, CSW 2.5 is 7.5 newton meters. The DD1 is like 17 newton meters. I think around about that. DD2 is like 24 newton meters peak torque. 5 newton meters seems a little bit light, but it depends how that torque kit operates. So the thing with the strength with direct drive wheels is I personally think 12 Newton meters is the sweet spot if you want like a sustained force that you're pushing against that feels like nice and chunky, especially if you're using heavier wheel rims. But if you're using lighter wheel rims, even if you don't have that stronger sustained force, you still benefit from the lack of inertia, the lack of cogging. You get smoothing, you get the higher resolution from the nature of it just being directly on the motor, and generally the higher voltages that can be used with the more chunky servo motors as opposed to tiny motors that then overheat when you put high voltages. It will really be interesting to actually just try this and see what it's like, because I think a lot of this, in terms of if you're just going off Newton meter, a lot of people with DD wheels are like, well, 14 Newton meter DD wheel is better than a 10 Newton meter DD wheel. It's not quite that simple. Like the key thing really is the dynamic range within the strength that it's got. The rotational speed is very important. For a weaker force feedback wheel, if it's got the rotational speed there, from a functional standpoint of saying one-to-one with the simulator, that is really the key thing. And then also the response for like quickly changing one way to the other way. It all depends on how the servo motor is designed, how the power is delivered to it, and how the software operates on the driver level of the servo motor. So you can't really go by these details to actually know if it's good or bad from just those are the numbers. We're going to have to try one to know for sure. Part of me would be like, part of me intuitively, I'd be like, oh, I wish this was like maybe around about 10 Newton meters or 12 Newton meters. But 8 Newton meters, maybe it's enough. I'm worried about the 5 Newton meters, but we'll see. We'll have to see. We'll have to prove it's in the pudding. Expandable quick release. The CSL DD uses automotive grade all aluminium quick release. The component is user exchangeable, so you can replace the quick release front on it. Oh, hang on. Ready for the transition to the all-new QR2 system coming soon. I don't think they've announced that previously. So, there's another Fanatec quick release system coming out. I guess that'll be for the BMW rim. If you watch the BMW launch event, they had a different type of quick release on that that looked like probably because it's a real car rim, so it's a little bit more solid or just an easier to use quick release than the current one that's on the current DDs. So that'll be interesting to see. You've got the whole FlexGate thing, Barry's FlexGate. That'll be interesting to see. There's another quick release to have a debate with. Automotive grade quick release system, all around construction. So this looks quite different here on the actual socket attachment. I don't know what that's about with what clips on there. But I mean, at the same time, this is replacing this like. This is to use effectively with the power that this is putting out in terms of the strength. This is just a replacement for the CSL Elite. So this is going to absolutely blow away a CSL Elite. I'm sort of thinking of this from the perspective of like more expensive DD wheels. When you actually think, oh, it's $350. I mean, what like this is awesome for the sake of DD wheels. Just getting if the price of DD wheels can get down, it just gives you better force feedback. It's better for everyone, to be honest. Table clamp, temporary mounted possible. Well, that's nice if you want to mount your wheel to a desk. Looks a bit clunky, their table clamp. I really like the Logitech table clamp, actually. If you just want to stick a wheel on a desk and be done with it, the Logitech G293, G29 table clamp is one of the best for just simplicity. Wheel on the floor, wheel on the table, sim race, take it off again. This looks a bit clunky and over the top. But I don't know. Again, with the price of this, maybe you would probably be using it on a desk and you wouldn't be needing to stick on a sim rig. Like if you've got a DD wheel, you miss out on a degree of the fidelity not having it on a solid sim rig. So also, what's interesting here, this looks like a new table clamp where it's got more sort of tilt angle to it. Like the wheel's up there, and then the table clamp is like this whole chunky unit. Interesting. I'm not sure what I think about that. I'll tell you another device that has an interesting table clamp, the honeycomb yoke. You have a look at that. I won't go into it too much, but that's really weird how the clamp on that clips onto the bottom of it and it uses a sticky pad to your desk. It's very weird, but quite good. But not as good as the G25 table clamp. Fanatec ecosystem compatibility, Formula, the wheel rims, obviously, the pedals, handbrakes, it all clips into the back of the hub of it. Boost kit. Here we go. So this boost kit. So I guess the boost is due to a power supply. Given that they've put boost kit in, it's a picture of a power supply. So maybe you can get an upgraded power supply, which then unlocks more torque from it. Again, with DD wheels, how the power, the amount of power you put through it is a big component to how strong it is, how responsive it is, and how it operates. It's not just the actual innate motor; it's the power and how the power is driven in the driver and all those components. As is the case with non-DD wheels. There's a nice screenshot of the McLaren GT3 rim on it. That was pretty nice. That is a really nice wheel rim, actually. Probably the best value wheel rim that Fanatec do. Features: direct drive system delivers instant detailed force feedback, linear constant performance is 5. So okay. 5 Newton meters peak torque. But yeah, we need to know what the constant torque is as well. It'll be interesting. Patented exclusive flux barrier technology. Okay, well, I don't know what that is. Flux barrier. They've gone back to the future on us here. Marty! I don't know what's going on with that. Full Fanatec SDKs, blah, blah, blah. Tuning menu. For the other tuning menu. Advanced tuning. High resolution. Hall position sensor. You'd expect that. You get the input fidelity there for what it's actually doing. And Hall effect means it's not going to wear out. And T-nut rail system on the sides. Okay. So it's probably like the Fanatec shifter where you can slide the nuts up and down, which gives you more options for attaching it to stuff. Fanless, that's like the fact that it's passive, that makes me feel better in terms of reliability. Hopefully in the future, less things to break. Fans are often something that breaks on a device or gets clogged up with dust and things over time. So as a pure reliability perspective, a totally solid state effectively device, apart from the actual motor. That's a good sign. So that's it. That's the details. Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for this, obviously, that there have been cheaper than the Simucube 2, or even like Simucube Sports, like £900. The Fanatec DD1 is around about 1,000 or something when you've got a wheel on it and stuff. There have been cheaper wheels on the market, Sim Magic and things, but the thing is where Fanatec really shine is the wheel rims that they offer. That are really nice quality wheel rims, especially like that, the McLaren GT3 wheel rim, and just like the whole ecosystem, it all sticking together. You don't have to think about it, and it works with all these sims and games. And also, I don't know if this has PlayStation 4 support out of the box with the first launch of it, but I mean, what more would you need? Like, for feeling what the sim is doing and driving reactively, there's not really much more than you need. Like, if you've got a direct drive wheel and you've I personally think around about 12 Newton meters. I think it's a bit low on the raw power output, but let's just keep neutral until we've actually tested it. You've got a direct drive wheel. You can feel what the sim's doing. You can get the input smoothness. Watch my previous video, goes over the 5 reasons to get a DD wheel. Yeah, I think this is the main thing. It's just the price of it. $350 euros. I wonder how much stock they'll have of this. Yeah, I mean, if you're on console, for example, I don't know if that's PlayStation 4 support, Xbox support. That's not been mentioned in this, so don't assume it. But if you want a really tidy, neat way to play the Forza games, the Gran Turismos and everything, this is just going to blow the absolute knoblets off any belt-driven wheel for the same price. Yeah. I want to see other... See, now Fanatec have done this. I want to see Thrustmaster do a DD wheel. Come on, Thrustmaster. We need more competition in this space. With DDs, everyone needs a DD wheel. But, yeah, I'm very surprised about the price of it. Guys, I won't witter on too much. I just think it's great that we're going to get cheaper sim racing equipment that is direct drive. DD go! Let me know what you think in the comments to this. If you think it's if you're interested in it or not. So you're like, oh god, it's another Fanatec. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. Remember, here comes the advert, the shill advert. If you're buying Fanatec stuff, use the Game of Muscle Fanatec affiliate link if you want to support us. If you don't use it. I don't care. That's it. Links in the description. I will see you guys in a live stream very soon. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you. I'm drunk. Thank you very much for watching this. But until the next one, goodbye, everybody.